El Paso, both had very, very bad weeks. More.
Cairo also just had a bombing last night.
No,
Yeah.
it's the Middle
Oh.
East. There's gonna be one of them every day. I mean, not that we're one to talk anymore. We're pretty
Since we are having
turning
mass
into the Middle East.
shootings every weekend now.
much. I just have to stop and point out your sweet Fred tie you got going on there.
I have an ice pack on the back of my neck. This thing is holding it on there. It's hot in the studio, everyone. Oh, hot.
So, I don't know what can be done about the shootings. You guys can focus on the weapon and the gun debate all you want.
There went my ice pack.
Oh, ice pack down. But at the end of the day, if somebody has checked out on life and they want to take as many people down with them as possible, there's not really anything you can do to stop them until they've already done it. It's a scary reality. It's a scary truth. We've talked about it here way too many times on Gratcast.
Now, see, I hear what you're saying, except that I just saw an article about a grandma who a month ago in Texas turned her own grandson in because he said he was going to be doing this stuff. That he was going to shoot up a place and he wanted to get killed by officers.
Well, by all
He
means.
said it to her. She had to actually calm him down and then convince him to allow her to take him to a hospital. And then the police were brought in.
Well, by all
But
means, if you know somebody's going to do something
there was
like
a
that,
stockpile
absolutely.
of guns. There were weapons already. Like,
Well, yeah, if somebody has prior knowledge and speaking out, that's something that's definitely got to happen. But the fact remains, if John Doe decides to go underground, go off the grid, and pop back up the day he wants to kill himself and take out as many people as he wants with him, what can we really as a society do about that without freaking really ushering in a police state?
well, part of it is we can't just assume that when people say stuff that they're just exaggerating. That is no longer an option. It's not a privilege of anyone anymore to exaggerate your feelings to the point of threatening other people because they'll get it. This guy from Dayton, they're trying to say, or at least the media tried to say at first, that he was bullied. No, all of his classmates who went to school with him are attacking the media right now, putting up all the things that he did. He made a rape list. He made a hit list. He even threatened his school with a bombing. He called it in. He was kicked out of the school. Why was he not brought to the police then? That many actions, that is exactly the kind of person you're supposed to be aware of. And you can't just say, that's just him being him. Bullies don't get to be bullies anymore. And people who are that upset over anything in their life
you have
to actually be aware of them now.
you have to balance this out. These random horrific small percentages of terrible actions with the remaining population.
They weren't actions for him. They were words, and that's how he got away with it. It was just a list I created. It was an expression. It was how I felt.
The point of the what I'm trying to say is emotion is great and it's fun in these situations to angry, why didn't anyone know anything and do anything? But again, there's only so much you can do until somebody actually takes action. Was this a troubled child? Was this a bad seed? Probably. All signs point to that. But without getting into thought crime and pre-crime, what are you really going to do to stop that? That's not going to impose on far more people's livelihood and ability to live their lives than...
Well, you're crossing over into a part of later on in the show. So you got to stop that train right now.
No,
because that's my bullet blitz. So you better back the heck off my one that I've
has nothing
heard.
to do with conspiracy theories. It has to do with a reality as a society. As long as
it's my bullet blitz, dude.
As long
it's
as there's freedom to do as you please, which is what our society is founded on and based on, that has to exist. As long as
you can do what you please as long as it doesn't impinge on anyone.
Yes, but the point is you can't stop somebody when they go to do that before they do it. So if everyone is free to do as they please and somebody chooses to hurt other people, you can't hold them accountable for that action until they've committed that action.
Even when they threaten it?
There's only so much...
You can't threaten someone's life and not have...
There's only so much... What are you going to put them in jail forever? Forever? Because you said some bad words? Because you said something out of anger?
Because you threaten their life and everyone believes you'll do it.
That's... Again, it feels good to be angry and piss and moan about what needs to be done and what should be done. But it takes a real simple rational mind to take a step back and realize that's exactly where we get to a bad place. That's exactly where you get the Patriot Act from. Oh, what are we going to do to stop the terrorists? We've got to do something to stop the terrorists. Everybody turn over their rights. The reality is, and nobody liked it when Neil deGrasse Tyson put out this tweet that was utterly insensitive, but cold hard numbers usually are insensitive, and like people are dying from accidents and a lot worse things every single day than from these type of things and these gun violences. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't do all we can do, but we also have to be honest as a society and realize there's a certain point where if a single individual wants to be a lone wolf and cause damage, that's the hardest thing in the world to stop. Terrorists are a small group of lone wolves, and they're difficult to stop. One person can go underground even more so. Like there's unfortunately, there's a clear-cut line between red flags and troubled behavior and a violent, horrible action. And there's nothing you can do to stop somebody when they've decided to cross that line. Great. You took the guns away. You don't think they're going to either find an illegal gun or they're going to find another weapon? There's stabbing massacres happen all over the place as well. Well, we're going to ban knives? What happens if there's a rash of pilots that suddenly decide they're done with life and their way of committing suicide is to just dive the plane into the ground? And 4 or 5 of those happen within a couple months period. What are we going to ban flights? Nobody can take planes anymore?
Well, you just gave us a ton of reasons of saying just put up your hands and say who the hell cares because there's nothing to be done about it anyway.
The point is there isn't nothing that can there isn't nothing that there is something that can be done. There is nothing that can be done about a lone wolf that wakes up one day and decides to hurt as many people as possible. The only thing that can be done is the first person that sees them taking action has to either stop them or notify somebody who can stop them. What's the alternative? Every single person lives under an imposed police state of thought crime. That's Minority Report.
We don't have precogs seeing the future and then doing it.
We don't. We've got algorithms. And like I was at Above Top Secret this week, and there's already one idiot on there. Algorithms could solve this problem. There's so much data and everything out there that if we just got algorithms to tell us who's going to commit crimes before they committed the crimes, we could stop people from getting hurt. Could you? Sure. How many people had a bad day and were super angry at the world and said a lot of dumb shit and never acted on those things that you're going to round up and lose as well? I'll tell you right now, if we're rounding people up for saying horrible things and implying actions that they've never taken, but they're saying that at like a belligerent customer service person or whatever, round me up. I'm the first one that's got to get taken away.
He is.
And I'm not going to hurt anybody. But sometimes, people tie your hands and there's nothing else you can say but something stupid out of anger and frustration. Is it right? No. Do I deserve to be freaking locked away and have the key thrown away? Absolutely not.
But is it right? Is it right to be spewing out hatred?
Is it right? Is it right
about situations, but you take it out on the people?
Is it right to get paid?
What the mass shootings are.
Is it right to get paid to deliver customer service?
They want to take it out on everybody else.
Is it right to be paid to deliver customer service and sit there and just not give a shit and yeah your way through the call and like a zombie until you do the next call and you're just sitting there cashing checks?
I mean, if someone's gonna keep just yelling at you, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
This is the nonsensical emotional shit that drives me nuts. You like acting and implying that somebody just started yelling at the customer service person for no reason whatsoever is just propaganda and totally a misleading statement there. The only customer service representatives I ever blast are the zombies, just to see if there's any kind of reaction you can get out of these people, or whether they are truly a drone that can only live by what the words are on the screen. Like we're way off the beaten path here, but I'll give you another one. When you call these people, I'm the customer you screwed over. I've got the issue. I'm calling to get my problem fixed out, wasting my time. I'm not getting paid to have this phone call. It's not a happy phone call. And you, the customer service representative, Your professional job is to have that that phone call. And then you want to, oh, sir, can you please calm down? Can you be more professional, sir? Can you please talk in a professional tone? Am I a professional customer service caller? Seriously? No, I'm not getting paid to call you. You're getting paid to deal with me. Deal with it. Moving on. Let's get into the positive, happy stuff now.
Okay.